So a Nigerian pastor said in the last 1 year, he had more than 50 people raised from the dead. Oh my God. My first question is, where are those 50 people? Why are they invisible? Why are you giving testimony on their behalf? If 50 people were resurrected, at least we need to see them. Okay, let's reduce it from 50. At least we need to see one. One person that was dead and resurrected. Why can't you bring the person on stage so that when you are saying it, people will see this person? I'll tell you why. We are living in internet age now. It's now more difficult for pastors to fake this kind of testimony. It's difficult because if you bring the person, all of a sudden their neighbors, their colleagues at the workplace, people that know them, classmates, will start bringing information to tell you that this person was never there, though we worked with him on Friday. There was this South African pastor. Who remembers that guy? That they brought somebody in a casket into his crusade ground, and when they opened the casket, the guy's mouth was open. They now resurrected the guy. How can you resurrect somebody that is already breathing with his mouth wide open? Why was the guy's mouth wide open? Because when they cover the casket, the air there will not be able to get out. So the person inside will start suffocating. True life story. There was a Nigerian pastor that wanted to do the same kind of fake miracle. Go and Google it. I will not tell you his name. A pastor in Abuja. They now brought the man in a casket into the church and kept him on the altar. Now this man inside the casket is alive. You know, they wanted to fake the miracle. But because they locked the casket on the altar, by the time they opened it for the man to resurrect the guy was already dead. He has already suffocated to death. So it's actually a risky miracle, fake miracle. Many of them don't know that they have to drill holes in the casket so that the person can at least breathe. It's crazy, man. So 50 people were resurrected last year. Let's even do some math. Assuming 50 people on the average are resurrected every year. So 2023, 50 people, 2022, 50 people. Let's just do in the past 10 years. That means over 500 people have been resurrected in the past 10 years, plus or minus. Fine, no problem. Where are the 500? Why can't we see them? Most of the testimonies, I'm telling you, if you think your pastor is powerful, think about what I'm telling you now. 80-90% of the testimonies this man has told, the pastor has told, that happened, you never witnessed it. We didn't see it, no video. We're in an era now where there are so many videos. How you resurrect? The pastor even said that he did some of the resurrections in the hospital. Okay, good. Where is the video? Now everybody has video cameras on their pockets. It's not like the olden days when they would tell us that the pastor stopped rain from happening, blah, blah, blah. No evidence. So if you resurrected somebody in the hospital, we should have a video camera, video recording of it. He said that the doctors and nurses were shocked. Where are the video of them being shocked? Duh. You know, most of these healings that you see are actually placebo. Like me now, let's say I'm having heart problem. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm having heart problem. I've been in the hospital in and out. And my heart problem does not stop me from standing up. I can stand up, I can move around. It's just that occasionally it's going to be a problem. But I can move around, no problem. If there's fire in the building, I can escape, you know. But I'm lying in the hospital admitted. Pastor shows up, lays hands on me. I can stand up and say, yeah, out of faith, placebo, I'm healed. You know what I'm saying? I'm healed. That's what we see most of the time. Most of these people in church that are crippled, that they're made to start walking, bro, they could walk. Some of them just have arthritis, pain in the knee. They will wrap their knee. It doesn't mean that if there is fire, they can't run. They can walk. Some of them walk around the house. It's just that they prefer sitting down. You will never see a properly crippled person being healed by any pastor. Instead, pastors will be giving them bags of rice. They will go to the street and share bags of rice to real crippled people, people that polio twisted their leg. If you see a real crippled person, the legs are malnourished. You know, it's only bone you'll be seeing. The leg will be twisted, or the hand will be twisted. The one they talked about in the Bible that Jesus healed was withered hand. Hand don't, the hand size don't reduce, it's dead. Hand don't die. It's not when you're seeing a healthy leg like this, somebody will be on the wheelchair saying he's sick. You're not, if I was you slap, who told you you're sick? If I was you. That kind of person, if they just say stand up, you'll stand up. And I'm telling you, I've exposed these things. There's a playlist under this video if you're watching from TikTok. All right? So go to the playlist. You see all how they fake all the miracles. So before pastor will pray for that crippled person, the person has passed through screening from the evangelist the day before. Those people know they just appear anyhow in church. If usher grab you, they beat you. So all those things are arranged, it's stage managed. So those people have passed through screening from evangelists. Evangelists will screen out those people that are really crippled. Only the ones that can walk, because during the screening they will tell you to stand up and walk, stand up from your wheelchair. If you are carrying crutches, they will tell you drop the crutches and do some work. If you can walk a few steps, fine, you are the perfect candidate, because they know that tomorrow, Sunday, when pastor touches you, you can stand up and do a few steps. Before the camera will remove from you, they will give you back your crutches and say you should go. Many people that have been healed by these pastors went home and died. Many people. Because they refused to take the medications their doctor told them. The money they would have used to go and get a better treatment in a good hospital, sometimes even fly abroad for this patient, the family will spend it going from one church to another. Each pastor will keep collecting the money from them. They will tell them to sow more seed, sow even more seed. Which kind of God are you giving that money that will be seeing your family member die, and they'll be collecting more and more money from you? Which market in heaven is God going to use that money? People know they think for this country. They say they resurrected 50 people. You can't even see one of them. You believe out of faith. Faith is not stupidity. Bring one person that you hear. Let's see the death certificate, certified by a recognized hospital. Federal government hospital of this certified that this guy died on so and so, cause of death, cardiac arrest, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Even stupidity, they keep people for this country again, cause of their stupidity. On so and so date. Once you die, that same day, they are moving you to the mortuary straight up within an hour or two. Your family don't cry, everything don't finish for hospital, straight to mortuary. So if the person went to a mortuary has what they have their own booklets, receipt of payment for the time they did everything. They have their own documentation. Can we see that? Can we see that? If the person has stayed in the mortuary, before you know it, they have already cut the person open and started the embalmment. They will put a pipe here, all right, to pump chemical inside the body of the person, and then in the hip they will put another pipe to suck out the blood. Then at the end they will stitch the person. They will remove all the intestines and everything. They will stitch the person back. If it has been done, can we see the evidence? Can we bring the mortuary attendant, if an official representative of the mortuary, to come there with the papers and everything, the hospital to come there? Let's be sure that this person actually died. People know the thing. They tell you they resurrect 50 people, you just believe out of. How can the country even move forward if the majority of educated people can't even think? Your pastor is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even me that I'm talking now, I'm not perfect. You understand? Pastor can make mistakes. Do you understand? He's not God. Don't defend who you don't know. He's not God. He can be perfect in 99 things, and there's one place that you know that once he tries to talk about miracle, he's already always exaggerating it. Some pastors fall into that temptation, over-exaggerating miracles. Sometimes you pray for people out of their own faith, placebo effect. That's what it's called in medicine. Placebo effect. Out of their own belief, they get healed. There was one time I was having malaria, and I was in the room for the third day. I was having fever. At the point I was like, why is this malaria keeping me indoors? Fuck malaria, man. If I want to die, I want to die walking around. I went out, I left the room, went to the parlor, drank water, started doing my normal things. Even with the fever. The following morning it was gone. Placebo. My mind just worked it out. But placebo cannot work on cancer. There are certain diseases it cannot work on. If you have cancer, go for treatment to shock you. At the end of the day, people will be giving testimonies. Strangers. Why is it that 99% of the testimonies you've heard in church are from strangers you don't know? Somebody you don't know will come out and say he's a native doctor. He will bring up padlock. That he has locked the destinies of people. Look at the man locking the destinies of people. Poor broke man that has not eaten in the past 1 week, saying he's locked. Who give you power to lock destiny? God. Hey, they will just arrange somebody and use the person for fake miracle. You don't know this man, you just believe. You are praising God. God will not accept that kind of praise. Are you an idiot?